Hi there, welcome to the unboxing of the all-new Apple MacBook Air M1 2020. Now you see a couple of other laptops on the table. I'll be using those for a quick comparison. The first one I have here is my old MacBook Air 2015 with 8GB RAM, 128GB storage and the Intel Core i5 processor. The second one here is the MacBook Pro 2019 with 16GB RAM, 512GB storage and the i7 processor. And this one is the new Air with the M1 chip. I couldn't contain my excitement, and so you see the wrapper already peeled off. But then I stopped myself to proceed any further, so let's begin the unboxing. First off, let's look at the box itself. There's no striking indication of the M1 chip anywhere on the top or on the sides of the box. There's just the side profile at the top and MacBook Air written on both the sides. However, on the back side, you see the 8-core CPU, 7-core GPU, 8GB RAM, 256GB storage. So this is the indication that it has an M1 chip inside. Let me open the lid, which comes off very slowly, just like a baby out of its womb. And there you go. You have the laptop in its plastic wrapper. Let me peel it off. This is the space gray color. You get two other colors, silver and gold. This is my favorite. Silver is still okay, but gold was a big no for me. So let me just open the lid. And it boots up on its own. It has a protective thin sheet of paper. And let's see what else is there in the box. You have the Apple documents, of course the colored stickers, USB-C cable, a 30-watt charger, power brick, and the adapter. So this is all you get, pretty basic. Let's look at the laptops now. First of all, let me compare this against the old MacBook Air. If I stack it up, you will notice there's a huge difference, even though both have 13.3-inch screens. So definitely the new one is much more compact. If you look at the ports, the old one has the people's favorite MagSafe port for charging. I love it too, mainly because of how it snaps in and the light indication on the cable itself. Then it has the USB 3 port, 3.5mm jack. On the new MacBook, you just get the two USB-C ports. To extend them, I bought a 6-in-1 adapter or a dongle, which I will show in a while. On the other side, the old MacBook Air had the SD card slot, another USB 3 port, a Thunderbolt port, and the new one just has a 3.5mm jack. One more thing to notice about these laptops is the tapering end. Now MacBook Airs have been known for how sleek and thin they are. The new one also does taper, however, it's not as thin as the old one. So if you look closely, this still is not very thin as compared to the old one. But no complaints considering how compact and portable it is. Now, as Apple always claims, these two laptops can be opened with just one finger. There you go. Now, the first big difference that you notice immediately is the screen itself. Of course, there's a big leap in the display segment. This comes with the Retina display, IPS technology with support for 4K. And this supports up to 1440p HD videos. And quickly show you the difference in the video and audio quality of both these devices. This is on the new one with 4K. Anything that is new in technology is most of the times better. So obviously these speakers also sound really great. Now coming to the keyboard, this has the full-size backlit keyboard with ambient light sensor. Still works like a charm, absolutely no issues, like how we saw with the later versions of butterfly keyboard. I personally had a MacBook Pro with the butterfly keyboard, and I faced issues where with one keystroke I would see two characters on the screen. So thankfully they got rid of it. The multi-touch trackpad also works like a charm, buttery smooth even after 5 years of rigorous usage. And I think the trackpads with the Apple MacBooks are the best. Now, coming to the new MacBook Air, what you see here is both English Arabic keyboard. That's because I couldn't find one with just English. They were out of stock, so I got this one. However, Apple gave me the option of exchanging the laptop within 1 month's time. I'm planning on getting this changed, and I will probably get just the English version because it looks more clean and neat. The backlit Magic Keyboard is excellent to type on. No issues like what we saw with the butterfly keyboard. The trackpad is bigger than the older ones. This has Force Touch, and as I said, the trackpads are the best in Apple MacBooks. The big question is, should you still buy the old MacBook Airs or should you stick around with them? Well, the answer completely depends on your usage. If you're a student who does small projects or someone who uses their laptop for watching videos on YouTube, not really bothering about the 4K support, or uses it for social media, mailing, messaging, then yeah, this still is a very powerful laptop. It has a great battery backup, supports the latest Mac OS. This one is running on Big Sur. So you definitely should still consider this. But if you are a power user, maybe a developer or someone who does video editing, or somebody like me who is in DevOps and wants to run multiple DevOps tools, like, for example, Docker on desktop, virtual machines with VirtualBox, multiple other heavy high-end applications, or if you're a gamer, then you definitely need to upgrade because running those applications on this MacBook will definitely slow it down. So the comparison is not really fair because this big boy here, or the small boy, is being compared to the big boy there with the Intel i7 processors. So yeah, let me just get rid of the MacBook Air and bring the Pro in because there is not much of a difference in their performances. Now, this is a big thing, right? You're talking about MacBook Pro i7 processor against MacBook Air M1 processor. Frankly, I run all the applications that I do on this big boy in the MacBook M1 2020, and everything runs really smooth. The main thing to notice is the application compatibility with the M1 chips. Now, this is a temporary situation or a problem where you may not find applications or softwares that you run on Intel processors available for the M1s yet. But I'm sure those will be rolled out soon with the future updates or releases of the softwares. Now, as an example, I could not find Docker for desktop for the M1. That is why I got this preview version, which runs fine, but I was not able to start the Kubernetes cluster. So maybe there's an issue there. Another example is I was not able to install Xcode as well as VirtualBox. Now, those are, of course, available for the Intel processors, but I'm sure they'll be rolled out soon for M1. Though we are comparing Air with Pro, the Air with M1 chip still has two advantages. The first one is the battery backup. It is amazing. This laptop just does not die. And the other one is its fanless feature. It does not make any noise and it does not become hot. Whereas if I run the same number of applications that I do on M1 on this, it becomes hot and the fan starts spinning up, making a lot of noise. The keypad is the same. The speakers are a little better as compared to the Air, of course. And the trackpad is huge. I mean, it's massive. You get a lot of real estate on this one. The worst thing, though, is the camera. They have not upgraded the camera from this laptop to this to this. It is still a 720p HD FaceTime camera, but it just pixelates. You see yourself pixelating and you cannot even have a good video call, a HD video call in these times where there are full HD and 4K cameras. So that's a big letdown. I hope Apple improves this in the next releases of the laptops. Maybe, maybe not. So let's see. So if I'm saying that these two laptops perform almost the same way, so should you go with the latest MacBook Pro M1? Well, I don't think there is a lot of a difference anyway, except that the Pro gets active cooling with fan, better speakers, negligible improvement in the brightness, the touch bar of course, which could be the deciding feature for many people opting Pro over Air, and the Pro also gets a slightly better battery. If you're a power user, you can still get done with the M1 MacBook Air. Video editing also works great on this. I've been using this laptop for Final Cut Pro and it works really well. No lag, nothing as such. If you can afford, if you can pay more, then you can get the 16 gig with 512 GB storage. And that should be it. Not really sure who would be going with the Pro. Let me know in the comment section. I don't think it's a very good idea to actually compare the sizes of these laptops because this is a 16-inch MacBook Pro versus the 13-inch, but I'll just stack it on top just to show you that it looks almost like a minion in front of the big one. I bought two accessories for the laptop. Both are from Ugreen. This is the USB-C hub for more connections. I got this for 83 dirhams. And this is the sleeve for the MacBook. I got this for around 43 dirhams. So let me just do a quick unboxing and see how it connects into the laptop. So on the back side of the box, I see there are 3 USB ports, one slot for SD card, one micro SD slot, and I think the other one is power. Which also supports data transfers. So let me just quickly bring the small device out. It has 2 protective covers, and this actually gets fixed into the laptop, snaps into the ports just like this. I think it fits well. It goes well with the laptop. The color is also gray, and the ports you can see here, it's 6 in 1. This is the power port, which also supports data transfer. You have 3 USB ports, 1 SD card slot and 1 micro SD card slot. Let me quickly open the sleeve as well. While booking this online on Amazon, it said that this is waterproof. I'm not too sure if that is the case. But yeah, looks good. The material is good. It says velvet on the box. You can see nubuck leather and velvet. Let me quickly slide in the laptop and see how it fits. I think this goes with the old 13-inch MacBook as well, but before actually sliding it in, let me remove the connector. Goes in very well. Says Ugreen here. That is all for the video. I hope you enjoyed the comparison. Do let me know if you have any thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe so that you get to see more such comparison videos. Thank you, and there's a lot more coming.